How we doing, YouTube? Stevie here. It is a, oh, I don't know what it is. 21st. I think it's the 21st. 22nd. 22nd. Thursday the 22nd. Had an off day today, not on purpose. I had a slight breakdown. Nothing major, but I ordered a part for something, and the part came, and it wasn't the right one, and ended up having to order another one. But long story short, I kind of made one of the biggest mistakes you can make as an owner-operator. And especially being a single truck owner-operator. And that is, I took apart this truck while I was under a load. And whenever you do that, it just skyrockets the chances of something going wrong. And your simplest of fixes becomes not quite so simple, which is exactly what happened to me. And I'd ordered this part. Actually, I've ordered this part a couple times, and it's not a federal case. It's just something that you want to have a. I mean, I try not to have my the truck here not being as close to tip-top shape as you can make them, and they all break, and they all have things that issues, you know, that come up. But the long short story of, I guess I can tell you the whole story. It's not a big federal case. My bracket, I think I told you before that my bracket had cracked on that brake on the front axle. I keep saying that steer axle brake, and it's the one that holds the S cam and the air chamber. It had a crack in it, and then the crack got turned into a brake. So I ordered, when it was cracked, I seen it was cracked. So, oh my gosh, that thing's got a crack in it. I never seen one of them crack like that, but it did. So I ordered one, and they didn't send the right one. And I ordered another one, and they didn't send the right one. And then I finally, this last night, it looked like it was the right one. And one of the guys that work at the place where I went to, and I didn't go to Peterbilt. I went to a local place, but they're a customer of Peterbilt. So, I mean, they get Peterbilt parts. Anyway, long story short, the guy come out and looked at it with, and he was actually holding on to it. And because the angles was wrong, and the bracket wasn't right, the way it has to be configured. And he's looking at it, yep, this is the right one. We got it right this time. That's, oh, great. So I didn't look at it any closer than that. Now, this is only, to change this thing is only an airline. Actually, it's not even an airline. It's a snap ring, 4 bolts, and 2 nuts. And this thing comes right off. And the new one goes right back on. Not long at all, really. The snap ring, getting the snap ring off is the hardest part. Well, I get this thing apart last night about 5:30, 6 o'clock. And as soon as I hold that new one up and go to slide it on where the S-cam, that shaft for the S-cam, I said, this thing's not the right one. The angle was right, but the bracket part was backwards. The way that the air chamber would have to fit on, it would make the S-cam work in the wrong direction. If you could, I mean, I could have made it hook on, but it would work exactly opposite of what it was supposed to work. Oh my gosh. So I went back to this place this morning, and they're looking and looking, and they're talking on the phone, and I got the old one off now. The other times I didn't have the old one off. This time I had the old one off, and it had numbers on it. And so this guy's talking to this other guy, and he looks up to me and he says, is that the steering axle or the front axle? I said, it's the steering axle. Isn't that the front axle? No, he said. No, it's not. So they were trying to order parts when I said front axle, they were thinking it was the front drive axle. When I was saying front axle, I meant the steering axle, which is different. Stupid someone calling me. Which is something different. I mean, the brackets are different. So we finally figured out what the problem was there. Why these parts were wrong all the time. But I think I told those guys that it was a steer axle. But they didn't hear it, so it doesn't matter here nor there. I'm not throwing anybody under the bus. It's just one of those things that happen. Well, so then they call about a part, right? They call us, we can't. Ooh, boy, it's going to be tough to get one of them next day. Well, they wasn't even going to be probably next Tuesday or Wednesday before they could get one. What the heck? And then I realized that their Peterbilt group that they're in is not the same Peterbilt group as Great Lakes Peterbilt. TFG or whatever Great Lakes is. I forget what group that is. And I asked him, I said, I wonder if Great Lakes will have that. And I said, they're in the same group as you're calling. He said, no, they're different. These guys were calling Lafayette Peterbilt. And I said, I should probably go check with Great Lakes. They may have one in their system a little closer by. And he said, well, here, he was very nice. He said, I returned that one and I got my refund. And he said, take this part number. This is the part number you need. And if they can't get it, just let us know. And it's okay, great. And I go up there. I was at Great Lakes Peterbilt for about not very long. And they said, yeah, we can have that on the truck today and get it yet today if you want. Come back for it today. He said when the guy makes the loop around, wherever he loops around, he said they can drop it off. They haven't left from their first stop yet, wherever their deal is there. So, oh my gosh, it was a little bit more money getting it from Peterbilt direct, which I was kind of trying to save, but it cost me a whole day's work, so it really didn't save me any at all. And got it home and got her put back together. And then I got this load that I was supposed to deliver today. That's not a federal case. It's not like it's not a big deal with a lot of this hopper bottom freight. If it's today or tomorrow, I'll deliver this. It was supposed to be today, and I was supposed to get a load of DDGs coming back. But then they said the G4s broke down, so I won't get a load of DDGs back. And I wanted to get this truck home and get the oil changed and put new batteries in it this weekend. Because I'm going to run, I don't know if I'll put this on the title or not, but probably run, I'm definitely going to run some JB Hunt next week. Because I'll do another video about that tomorrow, explaining that whole deal, but yeah, but that's what I did. One of the biggest mistakes you can make as an owner-operator is taking apart a truck while you're under a load. Never, ever do it. Never do it. It always makes something go wrong. You can guarantee it. Anyway, all right, everybody. God bless. And I got these stupid flies out of this truck. I swept my truck out today, vacuumed it good, and dusted all the dust out of it from doing hopper bottom, and cleaned it up all good, and I left the windows down. Now I'm full of flies, but all right, God bless, and we will talk again soon.